kiddos, it's Bree. So I'm just stopping in to give you guys a few little training tips for this Saturday. I've heard from several of you, whether it's been about your Facebook parties or about what you're wanting to send out. You're just having troubles with it. So I'm going to answer a few questions, and I hope this is beneficial. Check out my jams. Gotta always show those off. This is from the Style Box. I love it. By the way, my last jamacure, lasted a little over 2 weeks, and I had the gels over it. And seriously, I could have left those babies on for a little while longer because they were not going anywhere. Here's Addie.
Here's my nails.
Are those your nails?
I know my nails.
Yeah. Are you eating goldfish?
Eating goldfish.
Oh, okay. Can you watch the movie?
No.
Okay. So my husband normally works in the morning, but he called into work this afternoon. So I have all 3 kids. So I'm sorry if you hear any screaming or if you hear the Little Mermaid playing. Just ignore it. So first off, what to mail? Honestly, your first impression is as soon as they open your envelope. So I'm sure most of you guys just do this. You send your little envelope, and all you have inside of it is a sample and the application instructions. Or maybe you just have the sample. So if somebody opens that up, they just say, okay, great, it's something I can try. Maybe they're excited to try it, but even then, there's really no wow factor. Even though I have this super cute, adorable card, it's really just a card, and they might not ever get around to it. So something that I like to do, it takes a little bit extra effort, but it really shows, I don't know, I guess that you care, is I add a few little personal touches to it. So I always send a host join brochure. The new ones that are coming out are beautiful. I put a little note on it, just creating conversation since we probably only talk via Facebook. Sorry about that. Had to bribe her with chocolate to get her to go sit on the couch. So there's really there's no personal touch to it. There's no feelings behind it. It's literally just a sample, and then you have to check back in with them. You always want to check back in with the people you send samples to. Otherwise, it's just a lost contact. So what I like to do is I send the host join brochure. Oh my gosh. I think she's okay. I put a little note on it. Just makes it personal. I also include the little tearaway sheets that I made, and I even circle which one's my favorite or that I love chevron. Just random little things. It takes maybe a few seconds. And then I always place it as buy 3 get 1 free on the outside because that's a little eye catcher. It's different than all the other prints, so it really stands out. So I have those 2 together. Application instructions. And then I put the sample. You can do 1 or 2, whatever you'd like. And then I got these little buffers. They're awesome. They're really cheap. And so I throw one in there too. Now, one thing I like to do is those big rolls or big folded up sheets of tissue paper that they have at the dollar store. If you cut them right down the side, you can get awesome little sheets that you can just wrap your stuff in. So let's see. Oh, yep, I'm wearing pajamas. Nope, you can't see it. Never mind. So I just wrap it up. I wrap it up like this, and then I seal with the little Jamboree sticker that comes on all the sample sheets. We all know that we have 1,000 of those sitting around, right? And I stuff it into the envelope. And instead of them just getting a little card, they're getting a cute little package in the mail for them. The reason why I send a little product sheets is because they're cheaper than catalogs, and if they throw them away, no biggie. Otherwise, they can also circle stuff. Oh, honey. Okay. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Here. Open it. Open mine.
Applesauce. There you go.
At least one.
There you go. All right. So that is what I send for samples. Oh my gosh, my children are crazy. This is one little package that I started doing. So when I have in-home parties, I have about 3 of these ready to go because I offer to the guests that if my hostess gets 3 parties booked, she'll get an extra prize of my choice, whatever it is. So this is basically a hostess packet. It has a set of accent sheets or accent nails for the soon-to-be hostess. It also has all the materials for her to apply. You want her to have a good application so that way she'll be excited about hosting. It has the product tearaway sheets. It has some samples in here that she can hand out. And, of course, chocolate. Who doesn't love chocolate? I do recommend getting something that can be out in the heat, though, because I assume it melted. All right, there's that. So I had a vendor event and decided that if people were to get a buy 3, get 1 free, I'd give them a mini application kit. So what is that? This beautiful little thing. So I have a little buffer. You know all this stuff. I don't need to explain it. This right here is a little sample of Nourish. You're not supposed to do it, but I bought it before we weren't supposed to do it. Sorry. And then I have my business card. Just a little freebie. It makes them excited, makes them more appreciative, and I like it. So when I do in-home parties, I made these little lap boards. This is just washi tape. You take a binder that is normally open like this. It has a little ring through the center. You cut that off, and then you have 2 folders. The washi tape up the sides so nobody gets cut. And then I just decorated this. It's like a fabric washi tape. It's really cute. And so what I do is I put the product pad. I put a catalog with the order form inside of it. I put the contact information because you want to make sure you get everybody's contact information that you ever put a jam on or have a conversation about jams with. Just make sure you have that. And then also a host join brochure. And then throughout the party, I'll explain what each thing is and have them look through it so that way they see it. All right, there's that. Carrying stuff on you. I always have host join brochures. I always have samples in my wallet. And then I also always have a little album. I bought this at Walmart. I think it was like $1. But it carries 20 sets of wraps in it. And so people can buy right there on the spot. Okay. To your Aussie recruits, be generous. Send them a full mani if you want. Send them to. You want them to be just as excited and be appreciative and want you to be the person that they go under. Because if they see you treating them well, they'll want to be treated well. So that means if you have to go the extra mile and make things cute, I just ordered some adorable envelopes. You just do it. All right. So taking advantage of August. This is something that we all need to do. We really do. Jamboree is about to boom like crazy. We're expanding to New Zealand and Australia. You really want to get contacts here because the more contacts you have here in the U.S. or Canada, the more people that they'll know or friends who will know somebody in Australia that could end up on your team. And the growth there is going to be huge. When we transfer into other countries, it's going to be huge. The more people you get under you now, the bigger you're going to be. We all have that possibility of being elites. Our company is still so small. Our growth rate is amazing. So one thing that I had a couple girls do, so you might have seen the post that I made about Krista getting 3 recruits. I had her and Karen write down, so this is something you need to do. Get out a pen and say, I need to do this. Write down all of your past hostesses and also their best customers. So when you go to your dashboard, you can click on the parties. And people who are repeat customers, your hostesses and their best customers, if people buy it constantly, that means they love it. If people love it, they should join. It doesn't even matter if they don't think they're going to like it. They really should, even if it's just for the discount. Our company is so great like that, they might as well just do it. So I have this. I'll copy it into the comment section. So to your hostess, you can put, hey, Alicia, so I've been thinking about you since your party, and you seriously rocked it. Have you ever thought about being a nail lady? You would be amazing. It's short and sweet. It compliments them, and it asks them if they've thought about it. It gets their wheels turning. Remember, don't word vomit. Less is more. If they have more questions, don't over detail. Just do a little bit at a time. Answer one question at a time, and if they come back to a different question, you can answer that one. But keep it to just a few sentences, short and sweet. You don't want to overwhelm them. To the top customer, you can say, hey, Alicia, hold on, honey. So I've been thinking about you since Amanda's party, and did you know you were her best party girl? Have you ever thought about being a nail lady? You would be amazing at it. This reminds her that you know who she is because you referenced it back to the previous party. And it's just still short and sweet. So it gives them that opportunity. Also, they're both ending with a question. Both of them are asking questions. They're not ending. It's not, well, let me know. It's just, have you thought about it? Would you like to be? You know, that's the kind of questions that you want to end with. All right, so next up is Facebook events. I recommend Facebook events over groups because they're more personal. You can invite them. You can also invite people to groups, but it's harder to contact them whereas Facebook events has a little feature. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you can do it on your phone. I always do it on my computer, but when you look at the guests in an event, there's a button underneath that says message guests, and you can select every single person, send them a message, and it sends them separately. So do not ever message the people invited to a party. Have your hostess do it. You want to make sure you hostess coach thoroughly so that way they're excited, they stay excited, they're posting things throughout the party, and you want them to be the ones that ask their friends. Otherwise, you're just some creepy person that's asking them to buy stuff. And really, nobody likes being sold. So that's that. How to keep things going. If people aren't playing along, you can do the little mic check. Check, check. Is this thing on? It's funny. People get into it. Ask questions. If people aren't RSVPing and the message has been sent out, uninvite them and then re-invite them. That'll give them a notification that maybe they didn't see you the first time. And it pops another thing. Another thing that you can do when the party's closing, you can change the party name to Closing Tomorrow, Alicia's Manny Makeover. A little thing that you can do to try to spark some interest, get the last few minute orders in. Be positive. Always be positive. Always be excited about your job. You can have the cookies. 100-calorie pack. Don't tell Brady. Movies and chocolate and cookies. I'm the best. So be positive. You really are you and your hands, I guess, are really what sells your you. So it sells you in your job, so you want to do a good job for that. I mean, right now, yes, I'm in my Cookie Monster pajamas, but when you go out, look yourself in the mirror and say, if somebody that looked like this approached me today, would I want to buy something from them? So I'm sorry if you're in your sweatpants and a slouchy tank top and no makeup on, but really, you've got to think about things that way, because anybody that you see, people are going to compliment you if you look great. People are going to accept a compliment and want to interact with you if you hold yourself high and have that presence that you want to talk to people and be a part of their life, change their life. And image is kind of everything when you're the face of your business. So yeah, dress to impress. I got this shirt at Goodwill yesterday. It is the cutest thing ever. It's not like you have to be all that fancy, and I've honestly never shopped at Goodwill before, but I was getting a couple books and found it and love it. So I hope that these were helpful for you. If you have any questions, seriously, always ask. I'm going to be doing a Skype chat with you guys in a couple weeks, so dates to be announced or times to be announced, so just watch out for that. And yeah, I'm always here for you. Bye.